A tan convoy was ambushed by green forces while driving through a marsh. These green soldiers weren't regular forces that they usually ran into, sporting different equipment than their practical counterparts. One had possessed a dossier of a green base deep in the marshes of the country, and so the coming days would see the Tans advance towards the base. Hello everyone, welcome to episode, I think 17 of Army Men Plastic Wars. So, in the intro, we saw that the Tans they encountered like some green special forces that had intel on them about some like base deep in the marsh of the green country. So a few days later, the Tans gathered up an attacking force. This is kind of like their front party. Like the rest of the soldiers are still coming up, but they're gonna right here, they're encountering some regular green forces that are on the outskirts of this base. So they're still a little ways away from it, but they're getting pretty close. So yeah, we're back on the green tan front. This episode kind of focuses a lot more with like some like base game assets because you can see that they usually just have regular junk. I'm gonna start the battle. And I'll keep talking, but yeah, so they pretty much have like this is a small infantry battle, this first battle, because this is a two-parter. I'll probably write that in the description. This is more of like an intro battle just to get things started out, because I found this map and I was really wanting to use it. And the map that I used for the intro, I also wanted to use that, and I was like, I didn't record an intro yet, and I wanted to use that map in some way. Here, I have no clue what's going on. I can't even see where these guys are. Alright, so it looks like some of the greens are just returning to... Yeah, it just looks like they're falling back, so... yeah, no, this looks like it was kind of an easy victory for the Tans, even though they were pretty evenly matched. Obviously, this battle was made with one outcome in mind, which was the Tans winning, so we could get to the real one. But yeah, they had just like a little jeep. Oh, yeah, all right, Tans win, hooray! We're gonna go to the real battle now. So let me just pause my recording, and I'll see you there. All right, so now we're gonna get the real meat and potatoes of this episode. So, the Tans, they got their little fighting force here set up of about 4 platoons of just regular riflemen, and then a bunch of guys with FNFALs and G36s and M60s, and then they also have this one squad of MG30. I forgot. They got machine guns too. Now I have them all separated because I was too lazy to actually like set them up in one big thing, because by the time they reached the abandoned front lines that the Greens had up here, because the Tans had actually pre-fired bomb and made a perfect X of fire. So that's why there's explosions everywhere, a bunch of dead green tanks and everything, because green armor was here, no longer. So they pulled back from the marsh up here, and they have decided to kit up back here. So this is where the special forces are. The greens that did retreat, they probably got shot while the Tans were advancing. These guys have actual guns and helmets rather than those black guns and like the same colored helmet. So we can see, you know, all their guns are black. We can see that in the riflemen here. Yep. So, the Tans are pulling up with 3 LVTs and a Tiger tank, while the Greens have a bunch of infantry with bazookas, grenade launchers. They have like the little M1 Garand with M7 grenade launcher. Yeah. If you played World at War, you know, you just stick the grenade at the end of the rifle and you shoot it off. So you got all these guys. They got a pretty solid defense going on here, but nothing too strong. And this is the green base, so they got all sorts of stuff here. Mainly just soldiers and machine guns set up everywhere. They have a Machine gun set up here, machine gun everywhere. The blues are here in this green fort deep in the marshes. Who knows? I'll get to that in a second. They also have a Dishka and all these other submachine guns and mortar. Yeah. Going over here, there is an assortment of scientists, actually. So none of these guys are characters. FYI, they're just like background people, just like the normal soldiers. So none of these guys are named characters, except for maybe that guy. I'm not quite sure what I want to do with this guy. So these are a bunch of scientists from this base, because this is actually a bunker base, and deeper inside they're doing research and whatnot. So they actually have a couple soldiers here with prototype weapons. Obviously, it's way too bulky for regular combat. So in the future, if they continue their research, they're gonna get a lot less bulky and a lot better to use. So that's why there's blues here to assist with their science experiments going on here. So I think I've been talking long enough. Let's go ahead and start this battle. Alright, so the Tans usually just run up ahead while their tanks take a second to drive up. Not really quite sure what's with that. But hopefully we get to see those laser guns in action, because you know, I want to see the laser guns in action. I haven't seen that yet. Alright. So some of the Tan infantry are really dumb and they just run directly forward. I don't know what the issue is. We can see these front forces. They did a solid job at killing some Tans. I'm gonna pop it up here real quick. I don't know what these guys are doing. Over here, same thing going on. They're just bomb rushing. Yeah, they're rushing to the waypoint, so I'm gonna stop them there. I think that's what this tank is doing, so I'm gonna go ahead and stop him. Because sometimes the AI, they're a little wonky. If they have a waypoint that they have to go to, sometimes they'll just ignore combat and they'll just drive directly into it. I'm gonna do that with this tank too. I'll let the two other tanks do whatever, just so I'm not interfering with the battle too much. So we can see that the Tans are able to finally move up. They took out that machine gun already. There's a guy with a bazooka right here. Let's see if he can try to take out one of those LVTs that are slowly approaching. Now, to kind of specify, when I did stop them, it was, I took control of them for 1 second, so the AI stopped, and then I let the AI control it again, and the AI was like, I don't know how to explain it. It's just, I stopped the AI from doing something dumb, and then it like rethought and was like, wow, I was doing something dumb, let me not do that. On those tanks, there's actually flamethrower infantry and bazooka infantry, but I believe they almost all are dead. Oh, whoa! Alright, we got a guy from bazooka who took that out. Not quite sure where he is. Probably a little bit further back, I have to imagine. But he did manage to take out those. These guys are advancing a lot more faster than I expected. I'm gonna pull back over here. I don't believe I've gotten a thumbnail yet, so I'll probably just use like a photo of the base of all the infantry like looking outwards or something. I'm not quite sure. Whoa, that disc is shooting, so we can actually move back and check that. Oh yeah, the scientist or neutral, like the Captain Mitchell from the, I forgot which episode, but it was the one that had the oranges attacking the airfield in the invasion that they did on Purple Land. So they can die if bullets hit them. So all they have to do is try not to hit them, and everything will be a-okay. So up here in the front, we actually still have a couple soldiers still alive. They are severely suppressed, so they can't really do anything. I believe these machine guns have run out of. I don't know, something weird happens with these guns where they refuse to start. They continue working after a while. So I'm actually gonna unload them and bring them over to this Dishka because the guys controlling that have died. I'm gonna take these guys off their gun, and then I'm going to bring them up here to help defend. Now, another one of the guys dead, so kind of sucks. Don't know what's going on here. Here, we'll see if these guys are D-tracked. No, they're perfectly fine to keep moving up. I don't know what their issue is. Now, I'm expecting this artillery to actually do something, but I'm not quite sure. I'll move it up, so if it does end up advancing, then it'll get in on some reaction. I think a bazooka just hit this, Jesus Christ. They're doing some crazy stuff for this bunching up here. Now, originally, this battle was going to include a, like, Japanese mortar that fired a rocket. But that thing ended up, you see how those guys are bunching up? It would end up hitting that, and then taking out, like, not only the giant clump of, like, 50 dudes, it would also end up, like, taking out, like, the tanks that would be, like, half a mile away from, like, the actual explosion. Because it just had that big of a blast radius. It was just something crazy. So even if the Greens being severely weakened with their lack of a rocket and lack of armor, are actually doing a pretty good job at keeping the Tans here at bay. I have no clue what just happened with that. This green mortar also used to have white phosphorus, which it sounds really cool in like on paper. It sounds really cool in concept. However, when it shoots, it's just like a smoke grenade. Instead, it does like the little like burst of like fire. So then any soldiers that get caught just set on fire and they end up like dying. And again, when they would clump up like that, they would end up wiping out half the thing, half the attackers. So I feel like it's better for a more a less linear attack and a more of a you know, like maybe like, because there's this one castle map. I feel like if you could get like a defense going there, you could have the white phosphorus grenades actually be fun while also being useful at the same time. I have no clue what's catching these guys on fire. I'm gonna move this tank up because otherwise they're just gonna not do anything. Yeah, notice how immediately the tank started doing something, so that's good. There still are bazooka troopers in this compound. There's one right there, and then there's one right here. So, the tanks won't be too overpowered. Whoa! They actually hit this building here. I actually didn't put any of the any troops in the building, so. I guess that's good that I didn't. I'm gonna move this guy kind of out the way because he's kind of. Oh, never mind. I guess I'm not. Alright, they got 2 machine guns inside this bunker, and they're really suppressing the attackers. We can see the infantry are actually managing to make it. Whoa! I don't know if that was like friendly, if that was something else, but. They're finally making it past this tank trap right here. That's artillery! Yes, I forgot I even moved the artillery up. This thing's actually getting some shots in. It's getting some kills. I thought it was the tanks firing. Now, looks like they cleared out this bunker here, so... I'm also gonna take these guys off because I believe they used all their mortars. Yep. We'll move them up to the wall. The Tans have made it into that first trench line, so we're gonna actually see some good combat going here in a second. Now, I'm not quite sure if I said this in the intro to the first battle yet, but the next episode is probably going to be another two-parter because I made this one little tank battle and I already came up with a story for it, but it doesn't seem to last too long because the swamp battle and the tank battle, at first they were like completely just fun battles that I wanted to make, but then I managed to figure out to tie in this like swamp battle to this map, and then I decided to make an episode out of that. So I'll see. Oh, I completely forgot. So this battle, was actually supposed to, contain a extra soldier, who I'll add right now. He'll be kind of out of the way, so it won't affect the battle in any way, shape, or form. So I'm gonna go ahead and pause real quick and add him in. My fault. Let me just... Alright, so, the last minute character that I added in, I was actually supposed to add him in earlier, but I completely forgot when I started recording to, add him in before I started it. This extra soldier, you may not recognize him at all, but, he is actually, he's like, his name's Sergeant Adams. It's really generic, but he is the character from, if you rack your brain back, episode 3. He was the guy who sent reinforcements to... No, not episode 3. Episode 2, I think. Yeah. So, after the first battle at Fort Granning, the surviving Greens, one of them was sent away to request reinforcements. And the Green who made it, he was talking to the commander at Green Army Depot 16, which is the place where episode 3 takes place. So the guy who sent reinforcements, the guy that this is him, he was the commander there before the Tans attacked, and he escaped like right before the Tans managed to capture it. So he was reassigned to this to the special forces stationed here. So it was supposed to be a big thing, but I completely forgot about it. And he was supposed to be all the way in the back anyways, so it doesn't really matter that I kind of added them in last minute, I guess. I'm going to start bringing up some of these Tans who are stuck in the back. I have no clue what this tank is doing. Now these guys are kind of like shell-shocked or something. I have no clue what they're doing. Oh, it's because they're stuck on the fire. Oh, there we go. Returning back to over here, we can see that... Yeah, the Tans don't really got much going on in terms of their offense. So I'm going to go ahead and group up some of their final soldiers here, just so we can get like a more interesting battle going. Because they actually have to do some very close fighting. Now this tank, I have no clue what it's doing all the way in the back, but I'm also going to move it up to over here. I don't know what those tanks' issues are, but they are supposed to be advancing with the infantry. My fault if you guys think I'm like doing too much to change the battle. It's just that I'm not quite sure what the AI is doing, and I completely forgot to add in generic soldier Sergeant Adams, who was actually a character who I completely made up the lore for off camera. Alright, so we can see this LVT is doing something. The Tiger is not doing anything. I'm gonna... Oh, it's because they were set on user instead of AI, so they're kind of being special in the sense of the children who get taken out in the middle of class because they are special. So now we can actually see the tanks doing what they were supposed to be doing this entire time. Alright, now they're going to be entering the base through this entrance. So kind of gonna suck here because none of these guys have AT from what I can tell. By AT I mean anti-tank. So, well, some of them do. Oh, they actually took out the bazooka guy here. Ooh, this is kind of interesting. They managed to take out the laser soldiers before I even got to see them fight, so that kind of sucked. Alright, looks like he's actually trying to, snipe the guy with his grenades there. I'm gonna see if there is a, actually, wait. Now we're gonna start moving up the last final troops. Or the last final troops. He actually has, something called AT grenades, which he should be using. So we're gonna be able to see him try to use. There he goes. I'll let him figure out if he wants to take out that Tiger tank or not. I'm not gonna force him. But he definitely should. Looks like the Tans only have 2 infantry soldiers left. And back here, I'm gonna dismount their tank infantry, or the tank crew, so they can actually do something. Same thing with these guys. Oh, I know. Not same thing with these guys. I want to move them up. I was watching a Daley Tactics video a while ago. Like, maybe like a week ago or something. Holy crap. Alright, I'm just gonna call him up to see, because the AI is too dumb to even do anything. So, I don't know what's the issue to say. Anyways, I was watching this Daley Tactics video, and there's this one comment that someone made saying that, whoa, Sergeant Adams gets knocked out there, not killed. I just want to specify that very important piece of information. And the comment pretty much said, oh, you should do a series where there are, what do you call it? Where you have your own country and you have to fight other countries and you got like money and whatnot. It was like, it was a weird it was an interesting concept to me. The actual the actual explanation of it wasn't and my memory as well. Combined those two things, it wasn't really very cohesive. But essentially, what it meant was you kind of do this like do the same thing that you're doing now, where you have the different countries fighting each other and whatnot, but you have your own color that you are the commander of, and you have you have to make up your own economy and everything and whatnot. I wonder if this tank's gonna blow up because it actually just cooked off right now. And the last couple of I don't even know what blew up. These last hands here, I'm gonna take them in the command. I'm gonna go ahead and equip these tankmen who don't really have anything.
Eyes on me, infantry.
Alright, so we got these last couple of tans into command, because this game actually has some very fun, not concepts, mechanics to play with, and being able to command your own troops against AI battles is a pretty fun concept, even though you would have to do everything yourself, from making the battle to maintaining your economy and doing your numbers right and whatnot. Because in Call to Arms, there's a thing called Conquest Mode, which is pretty much the same thing in concept, except a little bit different, but, you know. That's in Call to Arms, not in, not in this. I don't think these guys are doing anything, so I'm just gonna de-equip them too. I know the battle's kind of dragging on here at the end, but I just wanted to see if the Tans will have any chance getting to this. We could say that for our headcanon that maybe a couple Tans got away at the end of the battle, so. But I just want to see the last Tans that I spawned in actually do some fighting before they die. So, lore-wise, a couple Tans have gotten away, and they're spreading rumors of these laser guns, even though we didn't see them. Oh, I completely forgot to mention, there's also the mouse from, I forgot which episode, but it was, the second, okay, it was the third gray battle. So the first one was the purples attacking at that all those trenches, and then they got intel, and then they moved on to this other area, and then they did the first battle there. They lost, and then the second battle, reinforcements were called in from both sides, and the purples actually ended up winning, and they shipped out this destroyed mouse, because the mouse actually came to go assist the greens, or the grays. So it got shipped out to this green bunker and whatnot. The battle has ended, so if you guys are only here for the action, then I'm just going to be talking purely about lore for now, so I just want to mention that. So they sent it back, and yeah. Now, I don't believe any of the... Oh, no, one of the scientists was actually killed, because, yeah, one of the blue scientists were, fortunately slaughtered. So, yeah, that's why the mouse is here. Now, the Tans who retreated, you can also hear gunfire going off in the distance. That's a pretty cool, noise, I'd want to say. The Tans who made it out, they're spreading rumors of soldiers with laser guns and stuff. Now, keep in mind, to the greens, this is just, prototype laser weaponry. These, little, like, blaster things. Because in the game files, there's also, these ones, if I can find them. They're called, like, plasma. There we go. He looks kind of weird because I don't know what's going on with his uniform. It doesn't matter to me. But basically, it's a STG gun that is, like, plasma laser modified. So it's the same concept except a little bit more refined. So in the future, we may be seeing these in the battlefield, as these are just bulky prototypes right here. So uh, show off how many guys have survived. Only 7 infantry, bunch of scientists, 9 of them. 9 out of the 10 scientists survived. So on all, that is 16 survivors, minus the people who are inside the research facility. None of the attacking attackers have survived. The ones that, in our mind, retreated to spread rumors, they survived, but yeah. I'll just do the kill show off real quick, and then I'll go ahead and end the video. So, reds are tans, yellows are greens. You can see that they really had some difficulty really getting past the initial there was just too much gunfire going on back here for the green for the tans to even be able to advance to any cover, so they were kind of screwed out of that. Now again, next episode is probably going to be another two-parter in terms of its battles. I'll see if I can try in the story of this tank battle to something else. Maybe make it another battle based off of that. I'm not quite sure. But that's pretty much it. See ya.